Welcome to yet another interesting session of Quest for Literature. Now you may be wondering, what is this? Got married in 1366 and in 1389 he said, I am unmarried. Can you guess who may be the person who said like this? Yes, it is none another. It's Geoffrey Chaucer, who is known as the father of English literature. In his work Envy to Buckton, he said, I am unmarried, just to denote that his wife is dead. In this session, we are going to discuss about the life and works of Geoffrey Chaucer. Before getting into the video, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe it, as well as don't forget to enable the bell icon so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. First, let us discuss about the social circumstances of the age of Chaucer. Chaucer lived in a turbulent period of war, plague, social revolt, religious heresy, and murder of kings. But still, the society was very vibrant, creative, and increasingly literate. The age witnesses the arrival of printing. With printing, anonymity gave way to authorship. Now, let us see the status of English in the 14th century. The Norman invasion took place in 1066 under William the Conqueror of Normandy. French language fused with Old English to become Anglo-Norman. As Chaucer belonged to the aristocratic family, he learned French and wrote his first poems in French. The aristocracy used French, but most used English. In 14th century, English replaced French in schools. English also became the language of the government. Chaucer had his great contribution in changing the Anglo-Norman dialect into a language. This is therefore he is regarded as the father of English language. Chaucer's lifetime is really interesting because he lived during the reign of three kings. When he was born, Edward III was the king, then Richard II, and later on Henry IV also ascended the throne. Arnold called Geoffrey Chaucer as the father of English poetry. He was born in London in 1340. His father and grandfather were wine merchants. Chaucer started his career as a page, thus he comes in close relationship with court circle. Then he worked as a courtier, diplomat, and civil servant. Chaucer also participated in the 100 Years' War. In 1366, he married Philippa. She was a lady-in-waiting of Edward III's queen. His wife Philippa was the sister of John of Guant's wife. Now Chaucer studied law in Inner Temple. He became a member of royal court of Edward as a valet. Around this time, Chaucer is believed to have written the book of Duchess in honor of Blanche of Lancaster, the late wife of John of Guant. And Chaucer also visited Italy. There he meets Boccaccio and Petrarch. Thus he is introduced to Italian poetry. The career of Chaucer is divided into three: the French, the Italian, and the English. In the French period, he translated French work like the Roman de la Rose. In the Italian period, Italian was translated. He used the East Midland dialect to write. From 1370 onwards, Chaucer was employed in diplomatic service. During this time, the House of Fame and the Parliament of Fowls were written. He was sent to France and Italy frequently on diplomatic mission between 1376 and 80. In the following years, he wrote Troilus and Cressida and translated the Boeotian ballads. He was then appointed as the Comptroller of the Customs. This time he was given a permanent deputy, probably by the Queen Anne. He started writing the Palamon, later known as the Knight's Tale. In the prologue to the Legend of the Good Women, he expresses his gratitude to the Queen. He was elected as a knight for the Kent in the Parliament. When John of Guant was absent for some time, his brother Thomas dismissed him from the service. In the next year, 1389, his wife Philippa died. He referred to it in The Envy to Beckton in a humorable manner that now I am unmarried. By this time, he started composing his great poem Canterbury Tales. In 1389, Richard II took the government in his hand. The Lancastrians came into power. Chaucer was made as a clerk of the king's work. Chaucer died on October 25th, 1400. The circumstances of his death was not really known. He was the first poet to be buried in the Poets' Corner of the Westminster Abbey. Let us see the major works of Chaucer. Here I am just saying their names only. In the next video we will discuss about it in details. In the early period, in French period, he had translated Roman de la Rose, as well as he wrote the book of the Duchess. In the second period, in the middle period, that is in the Italian period, he had written The House of the Fame, the Parliament of Fowls, and he had translated Consolation of Philosophy, then Troilus and Cressida, then The Legend of Good Women. And in the last period, that's an English period, after 1387, Chaucer had written the Canterbury Tales. Thank you all for listening. If you feel the video is good, like it as well as share it with your friends. Till the time we meet next, stay tuned to Quest for Literature. Keep reading and know the world.